is Wednesday, last day of April today, April 30th. Time and temp check. We have a late start today. Coming home from my day job. I got home fine, but my wife got took a little longer to come home. We're gonna watch out for this guy mowing here. Thank God we're not discharging into the road. Pro tip. You wouldn't believe how many quote-unquote pros do that. Time and temp check, now 4:48, 74 degrees. Beautiful day. The sun is really strong though, so sun is definitely adding some, the real feel. Like not hot by any means, but definitely it's not a cool 74. It's definitely a warm 74. It was kind of cool all day, and then the last hour or two, it's really just out of nowhere gotten very warm very quick. It's actually a frost warning tonight for the first day of May, so that's night into the first morning of May. But we need it. I mean, it's been hot here. Yesterday it was 85. For April in New York, that's pretty hot. I was just thinking about I just passed another landscape company, and I have sunscreen in this car, but I do not have head protection, so no hat. And I do have look at this pollen on me. That's the other thing I was going to talk about today. Pollen is out of control. So I need a hat. I have a sun hat, but it's okay. I washed it a million bajillion times. It gets sweat. It's nice because it's breathable, but I was kind of thinking maybe go a little straw, not cowboy hat, but straw sun hat. I don't know if you can see the hood of that truck, green. I don't know if you can see the windshield is green. Everything is green. Unfortunately, it's that time of year. You don't even want to wash a car, truck, trailer. You don't want to wash anything, just because everything is green. We've really had no rain. Now, that brings me to my next point, rain. We've had no rain, which is good because everything gets grown green quickly, and so we're off to quick growing lawns, but they're not been watered yet, so I don't want them all to turn, especially I have some that are have areas where I've seeded last year in the fall, and I don't want those to come in for a week and then die, because the owners are probably not the best at watering it. We can only control so much. I could tell them you can't lead a man to water, but can't fish for however, whatever that is. So that's an issue, but I have a very busy week next week, and it went from being no rain next week to it went from a rainy weekend to all of a sudden looking like there's going to be rain every day. But I don't know. I broke down the hourly. Now it's Wednesday. Okay, it's Wednesday. We're already talking about next week. It's a long ways away. Things can change. 100%. Things will change. 100%. But I was originally planning on taking Monday off for my day job. I have a trim job, and unfortunately what I'm trimming is already growing back like crazy. I wanted to get ahead of it before it grows back, and that's not the case. I gotta contact that guy, see if he's even available. I'm gonna give him a Monday only. Monday looks like rain on the calendar, on the the weather forecast, but if you break it down, it looks like the whole it's rain till 6 a.m. and then it's raining at 6 p.m. So it looks like there's a 12-hour window during the part of the day that's available. So that's good. So we got that going. And then my plan was my parents are going to watch her that day. My plan was take her down to my parents in the morning and then do that job maybe do a couple of lawns that would be like Monday, Tuesday, possibly one from Wednesday. There's one from an old lady that's in she's in like a nursing home right now, and she's not paying her bills, and I don't really want to keep working for her, but I'm gonna give her like a cut. I'm gonna give her like one cut a month. I don't know, I'm gonna have to do something because I feel bad. She's got to pay me though. We got to have a conversation about that. But I might run over there. I might just try and get ahead of a few potential rainouts, but it is what it is. I mean, you have to roll with the punches, but unfortunately I knew that this week my father-in-law is having a pretty big surgery, so I knew tomorrow I was going to be 100% not working, not landscaping, not mowing, not whatever, and on baby duty. And that kind of didn't throw a wrench in my plans, but it made me like push ones that I would be scheduled to do this past Monday. I did the Friday before. I just kind of moved things around. But now my bi-weeklies, which were kind of split week to week, are kind of all messed up a little bit. So now we have heavy weeks and easy weeks, and this week is a quote-unquote easy week, but next week's a heavy week, and of course the rain is scheduled for the heavy week. So just all stuff to consider. But if I am able to take a day off of work and do, a couple hours trimming shrubs, trees, bushes, etc., and a couple hours on lawns to make up for potential lost time. Guys, whipping the skag over there. I don't know if you can see it by the bush. That'll be good. I did, you can see this in the mirror here, I did switch over to the small trailer. I haven't run it at all this season. I'd like to keep everything running good. I had a property that I was a first cut. Oh, that's another one I want to talk about. I had one property that was a first cut that I did Monday that's in the woods. And they have a very long driveway with a small space to turn around. And I can get the big trailer in there. I've done it. I've done it, but you're really just dragging the wheels. That tandem, those wheels just like kind of skid. And it's not good for the tires, not good for, so the single axle is a lot more practical there. I only need the one mower anyway. And then the other thing I mentioned, I have a couple things I want to just hit real quick on this. Sorry, this is just me talking video. Just make sure we're clear. We're going to scoot over here. And, make sure we're clear over here. Okay, I'll give you guys a view of the road now that we're on secondary streets. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, real quick, I had another client that I thought I was losing because her son got divorced and living with her, and she's an older, not old, but older woman, and turns out he's either, I don't know what, his job changed, or he's not doing or whatever, so she was begging me to do it. Hadn't been cut all year, and the ones that I have one directly next door, that one's been cut at least 3 times. So, but it wasn't horrible. There were some spots that it was really long, and what I did was I just gave her a $20 extra double cut, which I didn't want to double the price on her. She was talking about potentially using me for the month of May until she figures whatever out with her son. I think he's busy traveling or during the month. I don't know, whatever. So, but implemented a double cut fee. She was really happy with how everything turned out. And just double cut it slow. Don't rush through it. The other thing, what was the other thing? Talk about that one. Oh, my Magnum rack. I made a video. The video probably, what you're going to probably see is going to be the previous video to this video, where they sent me an updated wiring harness and the plugs are completely different. I reached out to them, and there's a whole different install method. So they don't want me to plug in using the tail light harnesses from Ford. They want me to basically plug into the 7-pin, or unplug the 7-pin, plug there. I have to like look at the video exactly, but it's and then you have to run there's a red cable that runs from a junction box to all the way to the battery. So that's from the very ass end of the truck, like the back bumper where the 7-pin is, all the way to the front battery. So that sucks. But they claim that that's like a good fit. Look at this lawn. Nice job. Guys in this area do a nice job. Big lawns here. Nice big lawns, and we're arriving on property now. So I gotta go. But anyway, this weekend looks like a total washout. So quite honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to it this weekend. But hopefully, I'm just trucking the shade here. Hopefully I get to it somewhat soon. And I'll give an update video on that to come. But anyway, peace out, guys. Have a good rest of your week. See ya.